Hey guys, so I'm finally getting back to my The Good and the Bad series. I left off where I was going to do foundation and then I just never got around to it, and I started doing all kinds of other videos. So I'm finally going to do it today. To give you a background on what I like in a foundation is I don't really like the dewy foundations. I have combination skin, so like my nose gets really oily throughout the day. So I don't really, like to do anything too dewy. I don't mind if it has like a satin or a little bit of a dewy finish. That's fine because you can always set it. But if something is like super dewy, I'm not really into it. So that's kind of like what I like in a foundation. I can go from light to medium coverage or medium to full because you can always like build it up. I feel like with foundations, like it'll work if you work it. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of to give you like an idea of how I'm going to be talking about these products and what I like about them and stuff like that. I'll have my foundations that I really love, the ones I like, and the ones that I kind of regret buying. So I'll start off with the foundations that I really love. The first one is the MAC Pro Longwear foundation, and I am in NC30. That looks like this, and it has the little pump. You've probably seen this in some videos. This is what I use for my full coverage foundation. I'll put a link to that video somewhere in here. This is a medium to full coverage foundation. I sometimes like to layer it if I want like full coverage, or I'll just wear like a nice thin layer, like one pump all over for like a more natural type finish. Like if I don't really want like something that's full coverage, it is not heavy. It doesn't feel thick when you like put it on. Even if you do 2 layers, I don't feel like it feels like thick and like you just put on a mask, you know what I mean? It does have like a it's not matte, but it's not dewy. It's like right in the middle. Like you don't have to set it with powder, but if you are paranoid like me, like I have to set my foundation, like especially in my T-zone, because that's where I kind of tend to get oily. That's what I set it, but I don't need to set it. It's really easy to blend and apply. The only thing I would have to say is that you you don't have to work with it like super fast, like because it'll dry, but you do want to work with it. As soon as you put it on, you want to blend it out because it does dry up and it stays put. And I mean, that's awesome, but you do kind of, I kind of go section by section, like, kind of, not really all the time, but you'll just kind of get used to it and like, how fast it sets on your skin and stuff like that. This is super long wearing. It is like totally true to its name. It's really long wearing. I remember the first time I tried it, I couldn't believe it. Like after like hours of like having it on and doing stuff all day, like it just still looks really nice. And like if you have only been wearing it for a couple hours. The second one is my Fit Me foundation. Looks like this. I'm in the shade 230. Now this foundation, I really love it. It's really easy to use. I mean, all foundations I think are easy to use. It does have kind of like a finish more on the dewy side. It's not like super dewy, but it is more on the dewy side than anything. So I do have to set this with a powder. It is, I would say, light to medium coverage. It's what I'm wearing today. And I just did like a little bit, put it on everywhere, and that's pretty much it because I really wanted something fast and light today. It has just like a dispenser like this. Like as soon as you start pouring, it is kind of like, it's not runny, but it's thin. It's like a thin foundation because it'll come out like super easy, so you have to be careful when you pour it out. But I kind of like that because then it doesn't feel heavy when you put it on. This one, I think ever since I started using the MAC Pro Longwear, like no foundation is long wearing to me as like this is, because this stuff is awesome. So this one I would have to say like it's okay. Like it has good wear. Like I'm gonna wear it today and it'll probably look nice for the rest of the day, and it's like 2 right now and I just did my makeup. So it's one of my favorites. I love this foundation because it's so easy to put on, it's so easy to blend, it's just really easy to wear, and you again don't feel like you have a lot on your face, and I think it wears nice, and it's just really easy to blend and use. Like I just love it. And now on to the products that I like. This is the Nars Sheer Glow foundation, and this is in medium 4 Barcelona, and it looks like this. This I actually got from my friend Norma. At first, when I first got this from her, I didn't like the way it applied on my skin. Like it made my skin look scaly and stuff, so I stopped using it. And then recently I started using it again, but mixing it with like a my moisturizer or with a different foundation that I have. Usually I end up mixing these two together. If I want to wear this one, I'll mix it with my Fit Me. But yeah, so I can't really review the product on its own because I didn't really like it. I haven't tried it again on its own since then. That was like at the beginning of the year. But when I apply it, you know, it's like a medium to full coverage foundation, and it has like a more satin finish, you know, not really dewy, not really matte, so kind of like right in the middle. So I do like it. It wears nicely and stuff. I do set it with a powder. And I mean, the only thing is that I do have to mix it with a different foundation. That's why it's not really like, you know, my favorite, but I do like it. You know what I mean? Now on for the last two products that I kind of regret buying. One of them I like went overboard when I first got it, and I bought like 3 of them. And that's the e.l.f. Tinted Moisturizer. Now don't get me wrong, I don't regret buying it because it's a bad product. I regret buying it because I bought the wrong shade. Like with all my foundations, I'm like, I have cool undertones, you know what I mean? So I need something that's a little more like yellow based instead of pink, because then I just look ridiculous. So this has like a pink kind of like more warm undertone, so it just does not work with my skin. I could use this and then just like set it with the powder. Like I do use it, but I don't really reach for it anymore because it doesn't match my skin all that great. And I don't like that, but other than that, I do like it as a tinted moisturizer. Like if I had the right shade, I would use this all the time because I like the way it applies. And I mean, obviously it doesn't give you like coverage, like it doesn't give lots of coverage. It's like really, really light coverage because it is just a tinted moisturizer. But I like it, you know, for days that I don't want to wear anything, just put a little of this on, a little bit of powder, and you're ready to go. I just got like the wrong shade. And I wore this for a while until I realized like this is totally my wrong shade, you know what I mean? The same thing goes for the next foundation that I'm going to talk about. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind or Instant Age Rewind foundation. Like look at the difference. You see this? This is like totally my wrong shade. Like, and I wore this out. Like I used to wear this. Like I bought this, I have a review on this too. Like I bought this, I think when I was kind of like new on YouTube or whatever, and I don't know what the heck I was thinking because this is like way too dark, and it has like warm pink undertones that just like it doesn't go nice with my skin. The foundation is really good stuff. It wears really nice. I would have to say again, like a satin finish, not really matte, not really dewy. So I do like the foundation itself, but it's like totally the wrong color. Like, you see what I mean? It's just not even close to my skin tone. So that's why I don't like these two, is because they're not, I got the wrong color, you know what I mean? So the products are good stuff, I just got the wrong color. This one, I do have to set it with the powder. Lately, I've been trying to use this because the bottle is like full, and I'm not really like, I don't like to waste things. So what I've been doing is I've been mixing it with like my MAC or my Fit Me, but it's still like, I need something, I think I need to buy like a really light foundation that has like cool undertones, and then just mix them to make like my perfect shade. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because I do feel bad just kind of like getting rid of this because it's like brand new, you know. I only used it a couple times until I realized, okay, this is not for me. You know, nothing that I own is really cakey. Like I feel like for foundations, like unless it's a bad foundation, you know, it'll work if you work it. If you apply it lightly and stuff, like it's not going to look cakey. It all depends on application, I think. Because I do apply my foundation sometimes and I'm like, what the heck? Like it just looks weird and stuff, and I'm like, okay, it was me. I did a bad job, you know. So I do think that anything maybe might work if you work it, you know, like, so yeah. And this is what I apply all of my foundations with, like I said earlier, and that's pretty much it. I think I went over everything. I think so. If I forgot anything or forgot to mention, or you want to know something else about one of these products that I mentioned, just go ahead and ask me and I will let you guys know, or I will answer your question for you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go have lunch with Norma, and I don't know what else. I don't know what else we're gonna do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be doing more of the good and the bad because I do like this series just to kind of give you, like, you know, my input on different products. It's kind of like a, you know, a wide foundation review, or a extensive foundation review. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you guys later.